Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing well. In this vlog, I'll be sharing 6-day itinerary for Fairbanks, Alaska. And the best part is that you can pick and choose these activities and customize your itinerary to 3 days, 4 days, 5 days as you like. So let's get started. First day would be the day you land in Fairbanks, Alaska. This day would be a bit busy for you because you might have taken a connecting flight to reach to Fairbanks. So I would say take this day easy, rest up, grab some food and relax. So the second day is where the adventure begins. I would say to start from Fairbanks downtown, visit the Thomas Morris Cultural and Visitor Center. I think this is a good place to start because you can get a lot of information from the visitor center. Plus, it's also like a mini museum. You get to see a lot of cultural artifacts of Fairbanks, learn a bit of the history of Alaska, and they also have shows that you can sit through. So if you have the time in the morning, sit through those shows as well. It's completely free. Plus, you get a lot of information on what activities are available and what all you can do from the visitor center. Plus, if you like collecting stamps, then they also have a free passport stamp station where you can get some stamps on your travel passport. Just outside the visitor center, there's Antler Arch where you can take some good pictures. Along with that, there's also a park where you can roam around and just admire the beauty of Fairbanks. There's also an ice museum in the downtown which costs around $15 per person. If you are interested, you can also visit the ice museum. After exploring the downtown, you might be hungry, so grab some lunch at the creperie and then you can head for Chenna Hot Springs. Now for Chenna Hot Springs, you would need to either book a shuttle service or you can book a tour or you can drive up yourself. Do consider the weather conditions before you decide to drive up there yourself. The Chenna Hot Springs and Resorts offer their own shuttle services which will cost you around $150 per person. You can also book a tour. That's what I did. I did a Chenna Hot Springs plus Northern Lights tour which started somewhere around 4 in the evening and then it was till like 1 in the morning. Unfortunately, the weather was not good, so I didn't get to see any lights. So yeah, that can happen. I think the cheapest is to book the shuttle services offered by the Chenna Hot Springs. They'll charge you $150. But that's still cheap than paying $230 for Chenna Hot Springs and Northern Lights tour that I took. The ticket to Hot Springs is not much. It's probably $15 or something. If you take a tour, the tickets are usually covered. But if you're just taking the shuttle services offered by the Chenna Hot Springs and Resorts, you will have to shell out that money for the ticket yourself. Also, there's an ice museum up there. So if you have not already visited the ice museum in the downtown, you can consider visiting here at the Chenna Hot Springs. It will cost you around $13 per person. Again, if you're taking the tour, usually these are covered by the tour. Do check the details of the tour that you are booking, and if you're just doing the shuttle services offered by the Chenna Hot Springs, then you will have to pay for this yourself. There's also a restaurant on site where you can have your dinner. If you are planning to save some money, then you can eat at the store as well. They have some ready to go food options available, and Chenna Hot Springs also grows their own vegetables, so it's like from the farm to the table concept which you can also enjoy at the store. You don't really have to go to the restaurant for that, and you'll save some money as well. One advice would be, do make sure you are making all these bookings prior to your visit because there is a possibility you may not get the same day tour or you may not get the same day shuttle service. Make sure your bookings are in order before you visit Fairbanks, Alaska. Now the third day is the day when you do some winter activities. Grab your breakfast and head over for dog sledging, dog mushing or snowmobiling. To make sure that you have these reservations in advance because it's hard to get the same day reservation. Also, if you are booking a tour online, do read the fine prints because most of the companies require at least 2 people for dog mushing and for dog sledging rides. I myself could not go for dog sledging or dog mushing because I was solo and they needed 2 people and I didn't want to buy 2 tickets just to do that. After enjoying these winter activities, head back to your accommodation, take a break, relax, and then do a Northern Lights tour in the evening. These tours last from 4 to 5 hours. They take you usually out of the city, most likely Esther Dome or Murphy Dome, and there you wait in a cabin for the lights to appear. They also kind of help you with photography settings and stuff like that. But it's one of the best ways to witness the Northern Lights if you are in Fairbanks. Now on the 4th day, you might be tired from the previous day's excursion. So I would say take it easy. Sleep in if you want to, grab some breakfast and then head over to North Pole City, that's where the Santa Claus's home is. Santa Claus's home is nothing but a giant store with Christmas theme, and there are a lot of things that you can buy in there for friends and family. So it's like a big, huge gift store that you can spend hours looking through. And just next to that, if you are lucky, you can also see some reindeers. I went in November, it was not the feeding season, so I could not feed them, but I could just see them from afar. But that in itself was a surreal experience. Just 5 minutes from the Santa Claus's house, there are plenty of restaurant options that you can explore. Grab some lunch and just go back to your shopping or head back to your accommodation. Now you can choose to just take rest, take it easy for the evening, or you can go out yourself, check the aurora prediction, and see if you can spot some lights on your own. Now on the 5th day, you start your Arctic Circle tour. Based on the tour company you are going with, the tour can be 10 to 16 hours long, and it can start either at 9 in the morning or 1 in the afternoon based on the tour company. So be prepared with some snacks. Don't forget your water bottle, hand warmers, and things like that, and just enjoy the journey, because if you're going in the winter, I assure you it's one hell of a ride. Also, some of these Arctic Circle tours include Northern Light in their package. Some don't include Northern Light, but they still stop on their way. So if you plan to see Northern Lights as part of your Arctic Circle tour, then do make sure it's included in it, or if it's not included in your package, you can still check with your tour company if they would be stopping on the way. Now your 6th day would be the last day in Fairbanks, Alaska. Grab some breakfast, check out from your accommodation, head back to the airport so that you can go back home. So that's like a perfect 6-day itinerary for Fairbanks, Alaska. Now here are some tips. If you are not very tired from your winter excursions on your 3rd day, then you can do your 4th day as Arctic Circle tour and your 5th day as the North Pole City. That way you have more rest time after you do your Arctic Circle tour, and you're not just checking out in the morning, because you will be coming back home at 2 or 4 in the morning after your Arctic Circle tour, so you would need some sleep. So if you think you will be okay after dog mushing and all those activities, and if you're not planning to do a lot of activities, then I would say do the Arctic Circle tour on the 4th day instead of the 5th day. Also, if you don't want to do some of these activities, then you can switch them up and make your own itinerary for 3 days or 5 days or 4 days as you like. There are a few other museums that I have not mentioned in this video because I'm not a big museum person. Plus, I wanted to save some money, so I didn't go to the museums where I had to pay. But if you are interested in museum, then I would say definitely explore it. I've heard some great reviews about those museums as well. Fairbanks is one of the best places to see the Northern Lights, and I would say if you are in Fairbanks, do try it out. Try your luck and you would be surprised how beautiful those lights are, and I feel like it's once in a lifetime thing. But if you have already seen the Northern Lights in the past and if you're not really interested, then just enjoy your sleep. Now let's talk about the budget. The budget is going to vary based on the number of days you spend, number of activities you do, number of paid activities that you do, if you are renting a car or not, if you are staying at a hotel, how much it cost, if you're staying at an expensive place, etc. So for me, I stayed at a hostel and I didn't have a car. I was using the bus service or Uber if needed. So I did save quite a lot of money on my accommodation and my travel. I think the most money that I spent would be on these paid excursions if I don't count my flight tickets. So again, I cannot give an exact number on how much it would cost to go to Alaska. For me personally, I think I spent somewhere around $1,500 for 5 days, which includes my flight tickets and everything else. I'll try to put the breakdown if I can in the video. But yeah, these excursions can quickly add up and everything can become costly, so do make sure you are keeping tab on the budget. If you have any specific questions, do leave it in the comments and I'll be happy to help. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and please like this video if you enjoyed so far. The channel also provides membership, so please join that. It would help support the channel a lot. And thank you so much for watching so far. I hope you have a good trip to Alaska and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye bye.